Hi, in this video I'll be talking about the second law of thermodynamics and the heat death of the universe. So one of the main concepts of the second law of thermodynamics is that it introduces the concept of entropy, and entropy is the thermal energy per unit temperature that is unavailable for doing useful work. And it can also be seen as the measure of disorder in a system. And so this can be seen with energy because energy comes in very, very small packets called quanta, and the quanta have different levels that it could reside in. And so as we saw in the lab, when there are different microstates that the quanta resides in, usually when you have two different materials of different temperatures, the quanta spread out because that is just statistically more probable. And so here one of the quotes I got from Chem Libre texts says that all spontaneous processes produce an increase in the entropy of the universe. And this is like a important concept. So even sometimes if you have something like a fridge, the system of the fridge could have a decrease in entropy, but the surroundings will have an increase in entropy that is greater than the decrease of entropy from the system. And so Clausius said that heat can never pass from a colder to a warmer body without some change occurring at the same time. So like an example of this is like a refrigerator, but normally it's just statistically very likely that materials get to a thermal equilibrium because that's just how the quanta spread out. So now we can talk about the heat death of the universe. So this occurs when all usable energy in a hot source has dissipated to places of less energy, such as like a colder area. And so one of the main hot sources of the universe are stars. So there's like the sun and then plenty of other stars in the universe. And so these stars will lose heat. The heat will be dissipated into the surroundings just as because of the second law of thermodynamics. So eventually the heat death suggests that eventually when stars die out and lose all their heat, we'll reach a state of maximum entropy. And this means that there's no more hot sources left. And so when there are no more hot sources left, no more work can be done by using heat transfer. And this really does occur because disorder is more likely than order statistically. So if you say that the sun is ordered, it's more likely that it dissipates into disorder. And it's also important to note that energy is still conserved because we're not actually losing energy. It's just dissipated into forms that no work can be done using it. And so then the scientists suggest that if no work can be extracted, then it is basically dead. So in conclusion, the universe is a closed system, so entropy is always increasing. And then because entropy always increases, eventually all the hot sources of energy will dissipate all their heat and die out. And when no more work is able to be extracted, basically the universe will die. And then they just say it's dead. So, yep, thanks for watching.